pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series live from the California Speedway here in Fontana, California. Hello and welcome, folks. My name is Joe Twanski. Joining me up here in the booth tonight in the... What is the Golden State? Yeah, the Golden State. The one and only Mr. Dewey Schramm III. Dewey, welcome to Cali.
Glad to be back in Cali, and I was surprised it took you that long to figure it out, because the Golden State Warriors exist.
Yeah, just be quiet, okay? Dubert. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, no, yeah, well, this track may not exist for real anymore, but it exists in the realm of NR 2003 at least, so we can still enjoy it, and I hope you do as well, because we have a pretty good field here for tonight with a lot of good drivers and a lot of very close times so far in practice and qualifying. So I'm excited. I hope you are, and I hope you are too, Joe.
Oh, I'm always excited. Qualifying is currently underway. You're seeing those results at the top of your screens at home. Folks, this, of course, is your AutoSim 2 race preview, and as always, also want to thank our friends at Voiles Trucking for their sponsorship of tonight's race. Dewey, 88 laps for these drivers around this 2-mile oval Auto Club Speedway. What are the unique challenges that this track poses, maybe compared to some other intermediates on the schedule?
Well, I think, depending on who you ask, not everybody would call this place an intermediate track. Of course, one of only 2 tracks that are 2 miles in length, along with Michigan, and even
Which
this
is the
place,
best track, by the way.
You can't really even compare this place to Michigan either. Like, very
Right.
long.
Michigan is better.
Well, you know what? You can have that opinion. I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong or you're right. I'm just gonna tell you you're entitled to that opinion. A very, very wide, sweeping corners here at Auto Club / California. Obviously, you'll probably see some fanning out, maybe 3-4 wide on some restarts. A bit more difficult to maintain that through the corners, and tire conservation will also be a big factor here with some older pavement down on the road. So very unique track. Still kind of sad that they tore this place down.
They did, and no rework on the horizon, unfortunately, it seems like, but
They made bank off the property, though, which I guess
yes,
is the...
they did, and that was the plan the whole time.
Yeah. Some valuable land this track sat on, but again, it is preserved digitally forever, and that is okay.
That's right.
Looks like we have 12 drivers of the ones entered tonight will end up putting a time down here in qualifying, and the fastest of those, I was going to tell you, and then my game crashed.
Oh my goodness. Fast of those, of course, is the guy that's always fast on these big, fast tracks, BSR DJ Champ in the number 91. So he will be starting on the pole here tonight, and as Dewey gets loaded back in, we'll give him an opportunity to do that before I ask him to read off the starting lineup. Folks, we can't thank you as always enough for tuning in. Make sure if you haven't already to drop a like on the video. Make sure you are subscribed to us here at JTNC. Kathy in chat. Welcome, welcome, Kathy. Best of luck here in the college football playoff to you and your Texas Longhorns. So sorry about the defeat this past weekend at the hands of Georgia, but
That
I'm
was
sure,
tragic.
I'm sure Dewey and I will talk about that because we're both college football aficionados, as you are as well. So, but Dewey, why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
Yeah, now that my game is cooperating here, leading us to the green, as Joe mentioned, will be DJ Champ in the 91, and to his outside will be Texas winner Ken Hansen in the 9. BSR Tyler and Monty Keller with a strong run will start 3rd and 4th. Steve Grant rounds out the top 5 with Terry Scott to his outside in the 66. Back in row 4, it will be the 4 of Silver Bullet and the 22 of Rick Craddock. Rounding out tonight's starting top 10, Nelly and Pentelica in the 32. Greg Stenzo and Eli, the last 2 cars to take a time here in qualifying. They'll be joined in row 7 by Brainfade in the 49 and Dane Stinson in the 17. BSR Magoo and Wiley King will be back in row 8, and Joshua Clements will start shotgun on the field tonight in the 92. So looks like 17 strong here for tonight. 88 laps up on the board. We'll see which one of these 17 ends up taking that checkered flag home first.
Magoo's got a new paint scheme tonight, or at least one we haven't seen before, I feel like. Look at that. You know, he's been dealing with some back pain, so I want to wish him the best of luck here tonight. Kathy, I hope you see him again in the playoff, but I have a feeling they're that backup quarterback they got now, they might struggle. And see Josh in chat, yeah, I'll give you a go Vols. Rooting on the Volunteers, especially in this first round.
Yeah, that's a very easy decision.
Yes.
There.
Oh my goodness, could you imagine the scenes in Columbus, Ohio? Tennessee plants a flag at midfield. The entire team is arrested because they're soft down in Ohio.
That state rep that introduced that bill gets the sorest loser of the year award.
The fact that he was crying to that, oh, well, it's to keep everyone safe, as if, like, the cops didn't pepper spray players that were already de-escalated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tough look for Columbus PD, but again, Columbus PD, so how bright can they be?
I found that whole thing very funny, personally.
I didn't, from the standpoint of it, you know, my team's involved in it. It's like, hey guys, let's not.
That's fair.
But yeah, it was pretty funny to see the crying going on in that other locker room.
Yet, as a neutral party BC fan, that was extremely funny to watch.
Oh yes,
So,
of course. We're going to have a good race for you folks tonight, though. Looking forward to it. Glad to be back with our friends at Bomb Squad for the next 2 weeks. We'll be back at Talladega next week as well. Make sure you tune in for that one. 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time start for Dega 1 week from tonight. Always a very exciting race, Dewey. Just glad to have you back in the booth, you know?
glad to be back in the booth. I cannot wait for that Talladega race either. Dega's always a fun one to do.
Are you a big Talladega fan?
Big Talladega fan, for
That's
sure.
right.
If you say no to that question, there's something wrong with you. The calm before the storm.
That's right. And all these drivers are just, you know, they're just kind of doing their thing right now, right?
Any pre-race rituals perhaps being undertaken here?
When you were behind the wheel, did you have any rituals that you liked? Like, did you sacrifice a lamb or, you know, like, I don't know, anything like that?
No, I just got in the car and
Okay.
said, I hope this goes well.
Maybe you should have done something, because then you maybe would have had more luck.
Potentially.
Yeah.
That's just how I did it, though.
Yeah.
I was
Can't
like,
fix
all
the
right,
skill
we're here,
issue,
we're
but, you
doing
know.
stuff. Hopefully it goes well, and if it doesn't, oh well.
Yeah. It's aw shucks, right?
Pretty much. Sometimes there'd be more anger than that, but not usually.
So, cars will get lined up here on the grid, folks. Again, happy to have you joining us here tonight. 17 of the biggest stars and cars of the Bomb Squad Racing League take to this 2-mile track. It will be under the Hollywood sun. Dewey, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh my. 88 laps. How many miles that is?
176, I think.
Yes. Your math is impeccable.
I sure hope so. Kind of important.
DJ Champ on the pole tonight. Ken Hansen to his outside, so we wait the command, get engines started here from Fontana.
Drivers, start your engines!
Let's get the command and engines are fired. You see the field roll off. Last minute checks, Dewey. I mean, you're checking your gears, you're checking your gauges, you're checking your fuel, you're maybe checking your briefs. Anything else you check here before this race starts?
I think you pretty much nailed down the list there.
You check your
I
briefs?
don't know about briefs.
Okay.
They end up checking those mid-race, usually.
Oh, ugh.
Well, sometimes, usually, something happens where it necessitates that. You know.
Something, usually.
Yeah. Want to give a shout-out real quick to Pantelica here, running the Slayer car tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Never forget when that was going to happen in the Cup Series, and then it didn't.
Wasn't it a NASCAR didn't approve it thing?
I don't remember how that exactly happened.
You're the paint scheme guy.
Well, I know the schemes, I don't know the reasons. Only half the battle there, Joe.
He's like, I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. What I do know is we're about to go green here.
Are we?
Yeah.
Take
Wanna
us
bet?
away. Yeah.
Green flag here at California. Good thing you didn't bet, because you would have lost money to me. As see the field start to fan out just a little bit here down the straightaway. No 3 wide, but you can start to see those multiple lanes used up and figured out by the drivers in this field.
And we saw a pair of 38-lap races last night, and those ones being a little bit shorter with their friends over at TMP Dewey. You could tell everyone was willing to push the issue early on. Not the case here with 88 laps and a few pit stops gonna, likely happen.
Yeah, with a bit of a shorter race, obviously the urgency gets picked up way quicker, but with a longer race tonight and, again, some pit stops to break up the action, probably won't see too much aggression early on, but there's always the group of people that are set in their ways and are adamant on proving us wrong whenever we say something like that.
Of course, like Ken Hansen making a big dive there to the inside, trying to get by DJ Champ already. You see Steve Grant making moves, Rick Craddock doing the same.
At 22 looking here down the back, battling with Terry Scott and Silver Bullet as they make their way down into turn 3.
And ahead, pass for third and fourth. Monty Keller getting by for fourth position, and Steve Grant gets by Tyler Mallon for the third position. So Mallon falling back here to fifth. This is kind of the status quo for this 18 bunch.
That 28 looks real strong so far tonight. One of his best qualifying runs on the season, and showing that pace early on in the race as well.
Bish.
Craddock and Silver Bullet still side by side here down the back. They have been glued to each other since the drop of the green.
And I don't think citrus soda pairs very well with Canadian whiskey.
Probably not.
I don't think that's a good I mean, I've done a whiskey soda, but not a whiskey citrus soda.
Yeah, I don't know if those two would mesh well, but never a bad thing to experiment with that. You never know. Got a bit of a 4-car breakaway here up at the front. DJ Champ back to 4th place. Monty Keller starting to put some distance between themselves and the 18 of Tyler Mallon, who is leading a pretty big pack of his own here out of turn 4. So it looks like for right now, this lead group has split now into 3 packs, as Ken Hansen will dive down to the bottom and look for the race lead here into 1. Oh, and there goes Monty into the wall. The 91 is spinning. The 11 is spinning out. There's 3 of our front runners all torn up here, just as I said they were starting to pull away. Steve Grant's number 11 is junk, and we are under caution here for the first time in tonight's race.
And Steve is taking it behind the wall.
Wow.
See the replay here. Ken Hansen was looking for the race lead. Gets by DJ Champ heading into turn number 1. I have a feeling this 91's going to wash up and hit the wall. Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah,
what happened?
The 91, like, spun independently of the other 2.
I don't think any of these guys made contact, do we?
I think Steve started to get loose coming out of turn 2, and Monty tried to go high to miss it and went too hard, ended up hitting the wall. And
Okay,
DJ
Monty...
Champ just lost it in front of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Steve gets the worst of it, backs it into the inside wall.
It looked like he had it saved, and then just at the last second, darted it to the left, and yeah, a lot of rear-end damage there, and that's going to severely hamper the performance of that car.
Let's go on board with...
And in fact, he's out of the race now.
Let's go on board with Monty Keller. You'll see the leaders side by side there down through the center of the corner. Steve Grant going to get loose here on exit. You see him have to lift. Monty not able to lift in time. And then you see those other 2 spinning. Monty did a good job, though, saving his car at least. I know he made the contact with the 011, but...
I think he'll be able to get that fixed. At least some of it. But unfortunately, the same cannot be said for Steve Grant. So done for the night here on lap 6 after starting inside the top 5. So a tough way for his night to end. But hopefully he'll have better luck with it next week on the high banks of Dega.
I would think so.
And this will bring everybody down here for the first round of pit stops.
Keep our eyes here on that 028.
Obviously, no damage for the 91, just needs 4 new tires. As Ken will be the first off pit road, and Silver Bullet's going to be the big winner of this one. I believe he was running around 7th prior to the caution, and he will now restart in P2. Rick Craddock will jump up to 3rd, Terry Scott up to 4th. Ellie now in 5th. So a lot of positions changing hands as a result of 2nd, 3rd, and 4th wrecking all together. You'll get that. Our Mallon electing to stay out here under this caution. We'll see if that's for a lap led or if he's going to lead us to the green. Well, that was a bit unexpected.
Yeah, it's I'm still kind of in shock over here.
It didn't really look like we had seen people getting loose like that either. That was really the first time anybody that we had seen had done that so far in this race, and unfortunately it swept up 3 people, all of whom definitely looked like had a chance to win this race. Obviously the 91 didn't get damaged, so he'll need another caution to get his lap back and should be fine. But again, a really tough break though for Steve, who we saw drive up from his 5th starting spot and get himself up to 3rd, almost to 2nd, and gets a last place finish for his efforts.
We've still got about a lap and a half here. Dewey, we're of course big college football fans. There's a couple big coaching things happening in the last 24 hours, let's say. Care to talk about any of them?
It's some real fever dream stuff.
With former coaches of both of our favorite teams going to new places.
Yeah, if you had told me a year ago that Stanford would travel to North Carolina to face Bill Belichick in a conference game, I might have ripped your head off.
I would have said, that's crazy.
And yet, that's a reality now.
Belichick's going back to school where his father was a assistant coach, I believe, back in the 50s. That's
the Pats essentially traded him for Drake May, as it turns out.
Hey, I think they both win.
Yeah.
Belichick can be closer to his girlfriend, and that joke has been made probably so many times now.
Fun fact, I went to college with his girlfriend.
Oh my goodness.
We went to the same school.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think I was ever in a class with her, but I more than likely saw her on campus at
Same
least
college.
once. What's that?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Small world.
Think about that. Bill Belichick's dating someone in our age group.
Yeah.
Folks, dreams can happen to anybody.
I guess.
The other one, though... Oh, good.
I'm gonna say, imagine if she had an ex-boyfriend, and it's like, damn, she left you for Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can recover from that.
I don't know either. I don't think so.
And Rich Rod going to West Virginia.
Goodness, that one makes me so happy.
17 years after he left.
It makes me so happy. 'Cause I don't think
I'm really happy for
he
him.
never got a fair shake at U of M.
No, he didn't.
There's a really good book called 3 and Out that kind of goes through and chronicles Rich Rod's time in Ann Arbor, from our U of M lecturer and professor that got kind of inside access to the football program, and it's a really good book. Encourage people to go read it because it kind of shows you some of the downsides of college athletics, as if there weren't already enough. Getting ready to go back green, though. It's Ken Hansen in that Bill Elliott throwback Coors Ford with the race lead, coming to lap 10 of 88, and we're back underway here from Auto Club.
Good launch for Silver Bullet in the 4. He's going to be able to stay right up to the back bumper of that 9 as we make our way down into turn 1.
And again, you see the difference of lines. Really, everyone maybe taking it a little bit different through these corners, and a new set of players here in the top 5.
Yeah, bad corner there for Terry Scott. He's going to lose a couple spots here down the backstretch to Rick Craddock, Nelly, and potentially Stenzo as well, down into 3. Restarted in 3rd. Looks like he's going to exit this lap back in 6th. Or 5th. 51 got a bit loose there out of 4. Try to hold on to that thing.
Chick-fil-A cow colors on that 51.
Eat more chicken.
What's your favorite thing at Chick-fil-A, Dewey?
I'm a big nugget guy from there.
Okay, all right.
They got some solid nuggets there.
I finally got the little chicken minis for breakfast.
Those are good.
Mini biscuits or whatever. Yeah, I'm a believer now in those. But my favorite's the frosted lemonade. I tried that for the first time about a year and a half ago. Oh man. Don't get it every time because that thing's dangerous and it's calorie loaded, but ooh boy.
One of the few places that also consistently does waffle fries well.
Yes, yep.
A good waffle fry is elite, but a bad waffle fry is way worse than a bad regular fry.
That's right. Just too
I will
soggy,
stand on
right?
that. Pretty much.
Looks like we're having a couple of warpy issues here. I apologize.
You got an alcohol battle for the lead though up at front.
Beer versus whiskey. You more of a beer guy or a whiskey guy, Dewey?
Definitely picking whiskey out of those two.
Wow.
If you told me that I could only have one alcoholic drink for the rest of my life,
Pick
and then
whiskey.
I couldn't have any other ones ever again. Jack Daniels is my answer.
The Crown Royal car just went to the race lead. Silver Bullet takes over the top spot. Rick Craddock in tow behind him. Again, trying to make one of the weirdest mixed drinks that you can with the citrus soda and the whiskey.
Yeah, I got a 1, 2, 3 of drink cars up here. Maybe the first time that's ever happened here in Bomb Squad.
The Medicine Chest Pharmacy 103.
Yeah.
You know, they probably sell drinks there, right?
Oh, they might.
They do.
Nothing notable has happened at all with people in the medical field in the last week at all.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Nelly gonna pass Ken Hansen here on the high side of all places. Become the CEO of third place. Good move there for the 103. And Terry Scott, who had that wobble on the restart, has found his footing and still runs fifth at the tail end of this lead group. It looks like he's got it figured out for right now. The 51, though, of Greg Stenzo is not trended the right way. Saw him battling for fifth earlier, now running in ninth.
Definitely has a good restart car.
Seems it. Doesn't seem like the long run speed is there, but of course our longest run has also been like 6 laps, so still a bit hard to judge that.
You're not judging yet?
Not judging yet. Looks like the 51's going to drop a couple more spots here. Pantelica's going by. Brain Fade's going by. There goes Dane Stinson and Eli. At 51 is in a free fall here, down into 3. Cows are mooing very loud right now. I think DJ Champ is a lap down. Don't think that last one's for position, but hopefully he can regroup here and try to muscle his way back towards the front later on in the run.
Surprised. There's 2 guys that I figured would be bigger players in this race. Dane Stinson in the 17, Tyler Mellon in the 18. Those were two teams that we saw very strong in those first couple of races we broadcast here to start the year with our friends at BSR. And right now, both back half of the top 10. As the battle for the lead has heated up and we missed the lead change, Rick Craddock goes to the top spot.
Yeah, all of our talking about that stuff missed a very important battle up at the front, but 22 does not have it locked down yet. Here comes Nelly up on the high side out of 2.
And Silver Bullet down low.
Nelly's been about the only guy that's been able to pass up on that high side so far, and he's going to do it again here into 3. Ooh. As he will clear that 4. What a move.
Barely cleared him. Chopped his nose a little bit.
Yeah, whatever floats his boat, he got it done, and he's now in that runner-up spot. Looks like we're settling in to a bit of a longer run here now. Everybody's calming down a little bit and just finding their groove.
Let's caution is out for the second time tonight. So everyone was fine in their groove, Dewey, and then you had to open your big mouth.
Yeah, whoops. And it looks like it's for the 028 of
Monty.
Monty Keller here.
All done another incident. Ooh, this one. What?
This one...
This one's a little weird.
Oh, he got up on his side, Joe. Looks like this involved him and...
He disappeared and then
92.
reappeared? Am I seeing that correctly?
You are seeing that correctly. He was gone for like 10 or 15 seconds, and then...
And Joshua Clements not really... I mean, what can
looks
you
like
do?
he got into the back of him, and the 028 goes up on his side briefly, comes back down, and...
Let's go on
Gets
board
the
with
inside
Joshua
wall.
here. This is a jump scare.
boy, is it. There's absolutely zero way to know that's going to happen.
Is that your
Got
second
wrecked by
caution?
a ghost.
Sam Darnold out there, I guess. I don't know.
Something like that.
Being ghosts.
Pretty sizable hit for the 92 as well. Definitely going to be a decent amount of damage for both of those cars. And an opportunity here, of course, for Greg Stenzo in the 51 to gain some of those spots back that he lost on that last run. We'll see who the big winner of the pit stops is this time. Last time it was Silver Bullet. And it looks like we got a couple of them staying out this time. We'll see how that fares for them.
So do we... I mean, I have to ask you this question.
Oh, my game crashed again.
That was my question.
Beautiful.
Us Massachusetts natives got big mouths. Is it mouths or moths?
I'm gonna say mouths.
Mouths.
Yeah.
Are you a mouse?
I'm not.
Aw, squeak squeak.
Using one, though.
Huh?
I said I'm using one, though.
Ho 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 ho!
Yeah.
Oh!
And I've got the... I guess I've got the game crashing bug tonight.
That's okay. Well, all the bugs should start dying now because it's getting cold outside.
Good. They can suffer.
Oh.
They're bugs. Who cares?
Bugs.
Good old bugs.
Bugs are important, though, to our ecosystem.
They are. I still don't like them.
Could be a singular car file or your Ren DXG bugging out. Dubert.
Maybe. Crashing is very rarely a problem for me, especially with this computer I have, but I don't know. Guess tonight it's deciding to have some fun with me or something. Ah, well. I guess even technology has its off days.
We're doing good, Zach. How are you? Sorry, Dewey, I answered for you. How are you doing, Dewey?
Well, you answered accurately.
Okay.
It's all good.
All good. All good in your hood?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, show.
I think the pace car driver is doing pretty good because he got to shut the lights off that time by, and he can chill out for a bit after this restart. I think Rick Craddock's doing pretty good leading this race.
Zach, it seems like you're watching probably a pretty enthralling football game. Oh my goodness. I just looked at the halftime score.
Yeah, this has
Yikes.
been one of the games of all time.
This has been one of the good races of all time. Coming to lap 25 of 88.
It has.
Rick Craddock with control.
Got any fantasy teams in the playoffs?
Yeah. Yeah, not, the team I have in the playoffs is like all Niners and Rams players.
Oh no.
Green flag.
I had one of my fantasy teams lose their last 5 games, and I still made the playoffs on a tiebreaker.
Heck yeah. Battle for second. Nelly takes over that spot heading into turn 1. Silver Bullet now looking to the outside of the 9. Ken Hansen getting a little loosey-goosey there on exit of 2.
Just a little bit. That 103 is just so strong up top right now. It's been pretty much impossible to stop him in his momentum so far.
And how does he
As
keep that up throughout this race? Because you have to think all these other drivers are going to be learning from him.
Well, that, and we'll also have to see if he uses up more tires running that line, because that's entirely possible. So while he's been able to do it now on these shorter runs, if we get a run that lasts 25, 30 laps, depending on the fuel, I don't know if he'll be able to sustain that all the way through. So that will be interesting to see. But for right now, I mean, probably the best car on the racetrack. Battling towards the back here, Monty Keller to the low side of Brain Fade as the 028 tries to make up the ground that he lost from those 2 incidents he was in. Right now, still the Rick Craddock show, though, as you make our way down into turn 1.
The Rick Craddock show. Ooh, big moment
Got a
there.
little loose there. Here comes Nelly.
Show got a little exciting there off of turn 2.
Yeah, it seems like the exit of turn 2 has been the biggest trouble spot across the board so far tonight. Some of them, of course, have been able to save it. Others not so fortunate, but...
That was that first incident.
Yeah. That could also be part of why Nelly is running the line that he is. Obviously, if you run about half a lane or so off the bottom, it might reduce your chances of getting loose down there. Of course, Craddock took a bit of a higher line that time, and you could definitely tell that car did not get as upset as it did when he was on the bottom. Those top 2, though, they are starting to break away from the rest of this field. Looks like Ken Hansen and Silver Bullet are in a little pod of their own as well. And then 5th
Caution
and
is
6th are
out.
kind of... Well, that's the second time in a row that just as I started to say that, somebody had to go and spin.
And DJ Champ around.
I believe he had just gotten his lap back under the previous caution as well.
Yeah, I was there behind Brain, and I think just didn't get any air on the nose, and went for a little spin.
I don't know if he hit anything this time.
Ah, he hit the wall.
Or like last time.
Definitely hit
Just
something.
kissed it.
Definitely hit something.
Doesn't look too bad. I think it'll be alright. Caution number 3. Here on lap 29.
Race off pit road, couple 2-tire calls. You like 2 tires here? I mean, now would be the time to
Maybe.
do it, right? Like, at least take the chance now.
Worth a shot, I think. Time will tell if it works.
Okay.
I think, obviously, more beneficial for a shorter run, and there's still, almost 60 to go here. But if we do get another shorter run, it will give the drivers a good gauge as to whether or not it does work. But of
Oh.
course, on the flip side, if this is a longer run, you're in a bad spot.
Nobody respects the pit sign guy, Zach. Nobody.
Unsung heroes.
Joey, is this one of our quiet cautions?
I guess.
Where we just kind of sit and look at each other, like we're almost halfway in the race. We're maybe getting sick of each other a little bit. Not like in a mean way, but just in a okay. We've kind of caught up. We've done the little rigmarole. Well, Bristol, I can guarantee you that you have not heard Bristol in the background.
What the dog doing?
He's doing his job.
Good, good, good. Glad to hear that.
Yeah. Welcome in, Joven. You know what I found a matchbox of the other day at the grocery store?
What'd you find?
A Jeep Avenger.
A Jeep Avenger?
Yes. So of course I bought it. Very proud of this purchase.
Today I learned the Jeep Avenger was a thing.
Yeah, it's only in Europe.
Oh,
That's
that makes
why.
more sense.
Yeah. It's like a little bit larger than a Compass, I think. I think it's smaller than a Grand Cherokee.
I heard Avenger, and I'm like, you're not thinking of a Dodge, are you?
Oh no, I would
They're
never.
also just,
I had a
you know.
Dodge Avenger. How would I screw that up?
That's true. Noticed a lot of car companies don't tend to reuse brand names or model names like that.
I mean, Dodge has a Hornet now, and that's an AMC name. I guess it's just Stellantis that does it, huh?
I guess.
I
I
mean,
think it's like that and like GMC and Chevy both having a Suburban.
yeah.
But those being GM cars makes sense.
Well, the Jeep's a Chrysler car, so Dodge is a...
Well, we got a Chevy Camaro at the front of the field here.
Yeah, go ahead, take us back, Dewey, because you're losing this argument.
Okay, buddy.
Pal.
Green flag is back out as the Chevy Camaro of Silver Bullet leads us back to the green with the Ford Fusion of Ken Hansen back there in second. 2 more Camaros behind them, and a Toyota Camry rounding out our top 5 right now with the 18 of Tyler Mallon. Ken Hansen looking to the bottom side this time for the race lead down the backstretch. Got the nose underneath the 4, and he'll dive it down to the bottom here into 3, but he's not quite going to have the bite he needs to get the job done. And Silver Bullet will hold on for now. And by for now, I mean like for 3 seconds. Hansen goes up to block the 4, and that's going to allow Rick Craddock to get himself back up in this battle, as well as the 103. As the 4 of them already starting to gap the 18. The last 2 times I've said that, there's been a caution right after, so I'm half expecting one here. 091's on pit road, not exactly sure why. But just as DJ Champ got his lap back, he's going to lose it again here.
Probably some complications from that last caution. I'd have to think for DJ.
I don't know if he pit. I wonder if that was like a pass-through penalty or something.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think he ever stopped.
I think when you cause your second caution, you might have a pass through. Someone
Eventually.
I think Jovin's in chat. Jovin might be able to remind us of the rules, because apparently we don't remember them. But no, that's only the first caution he's caused. Right? Hold on. I don't know. Battle
I don't know
for
who
second.
that first one got pinned on, but
I would have thought Steve would have been.
I don't know. Maybe.
Right?
Maybe. Rick Craddock ascends into second place here. Past the 9. So Ken had the lead, but briefly. As the 4 regains it. And the 22 now back up into second. Nelly trying to knock on the door of the podium once again after getting up there earlier. And here comes Craddock for the lead as they make their way across the line. Big move to the bottom.
We're just watching these guys kind of swap the lead right now. A lot of pace out of these cars, but don't look now. Who's in 5th place, Dewey?
Yeah, Tyler's been kind of hovering for right now, just kind of watching from afar.
Helicopter mom back there. Letting the kids play.
Seems like it.
Letting the kids play for now, you know.
Watching all the kids play hot potato up at the front. The 18 is a battle of his own, though. He's got Wiley King in the 95 right behind him. I haven't really talked so much about that 95 tonight, but running a solid 6th right now. Just shy of halfway. And Dane Stinson not too far behind him in the 17, who's kind of been around that part of the field for the duration of the race, but slowly starting to rise up the leaderboard. So we'll see if this group of 3 has anything for our 4 front runners. But for right now, again, those 2 up at the front have been the best cars of tonight's race.
So things start to die down once again as we're a couple laps into the run. I think all the news maybe worn off the rubber. There's Ken Hansen making another dive down the front straightaway. That's going to allow Nelly to get to his outside. Nelly
Again, the best car on the high side all race.
just has been able to make those moves with ease.
Just blew right by him. In what has been the less dominant line for everybody else except for that 103. And it looks like Ken's going to come under fire here for fourth now from Tyler Mallon. And Wiley King might join him in the 95 here.
And this is where you don't
So-
want to be if you're the 9, right? Because
Yeah, this is a precarious spot right here.
you just don't want to be freight trained.
He had the lead at the beginning of the run, but now trending the wrong way. As the 18 gets on by, the 95's got the nose here out of turn 2. And Dane Stinson hot on his bumper as well. So the 18, who we haven't really seen much of in this race, now running up in fourth as the 9 goes way up the hill that time. And that's going to drop him behind the 92, the 66, and the 028. So in the span of about 3 laps, Ken Hansen has plummeted all the way down to, I think, 10th place. Not a good set of laps there for Ken Hansen, but still a ways to go to recover. Everybody looks to be running single file for right now. Taking a quick break in the action.
Green mean 18 is getting closer. That's... Oh, man. I'm going to save that line, Zach.
I'm thinking of like the Jaws music right now.
Oh, my goodness.
As he starts to inch closer to these top 3.
Dun,
And
dun, dun.
bump, 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 bump.
That movie
Battle
was
for
scary.
second. Nelly to the inside of Silver Bullet as Rick Craddock leads it at halfway. 44 down, 44 to go. It is one of the movies of all time. I liked it. Totally no bias with it being filmed here whatsoever.
No bias.
None at all. Nelly to second.
Over bullet with a little wiggle wobble there off of turn number 4 was right on the bumper of that 103. And here comes the
This
18.
can allow the 18. Here he goes. Got up in the draft, and there goes Mallon looking for third here on the bottom. Took a while for the 18 to show up, but and he got a bit loose that time, though.
We'll lose a couple spots now. There goes Wiley King in the 95. Dane Stinson in the 17. He'll move back by the 18. Clements in the 92
Nice.
also looking to get on by.
Yeah, just as we saw him moving up, took a bigger bite than he could chew there that time and almost lost it. Or bit off more than he could chew. Here we go.
So do we have to honk when they get goosey like that? Instead of screaming, we just go honk,
I think that would get annoying after like the third time.
honk.
But the first 2 times it might be funny. I don't know. One way to find out.
Dewey's like, I don't know, Joe, you're in charge. I don't want to make you mad.
That's precisely what that is. And you got the PR answer from me.
That's right.
Big move there by Nelly underneath Rick Craddock. What a move that was. Silver Bullet's going to take it, or he thought about taking it 3, chose better of it. And here comes Nelly to the bottom looking for the top spot.
Zoinks.
He about ran over the 22 out of turn 4, but made a big move to the bottom to not only avoid a wreck, but also take the lead away. And here comes Wiley King now taking third from that 22. As this whole top group is now under a blanket, with Dane Stinson trying to join Tyler up in this top 4. That was a chaotic set of corners. The whole field's back here. Looks like a plate race right now.
The more they spread apart at the start of the run, the more they come together at the end.
I hadn't really seen it up till this point, but we're definitely seeing it now. As that last time by, 10th place Brain Fade was less than a second behind our leader Nelly. So they're really starting to bunch up, and now here comes Wiley King looking for second.
I think the other thing is, too, you're seeing a difference in the tires left on all these guys. These guys that have been at the front of the pack, I mean, it's a pretty good guess that they've maybe used their stuff up a little bit more than some of these guys that were hanging out in the mid-pack.
For sure. Yeah, Rick Craddock, who we just saw lead a good chunk of laps, down looks like to 5th, or about to lose 4th here to the 18. Dane Stinson making a move to the bottom of that 22 as well. It definitely seems like the 22 used up his stuff more than anybody else up here in this front group. Nelly and Silver Bullet, though, hanging up there for right now. But Wiley King still knocking on the door in that 95.
Tyler Mallon with another move low. Wiley King now with a run off of turn 4. He's to the inside of Silver Bullet. Where does the 18 and where will the 17 go? Stinson almost kind of pushing that 18 3 wide, and he will heading down into turn 1.
Yeah, 3 wide here for second briefly, as I
And
think
Wiley
the
backed
95
out.
might have let off there a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, I think he let off a little too much, Dewey.
He might have.
That'll move the 18 up into second.
Now Dane trying to get third away from Silver Bullet, as Monty Keller, who qualified 4th, had the 2 wrecks, now starting to find himself back up towards the front, trying to get that 6th spot away from Rick Craddock here out of turn 4.
And Dewey, like that, we're 2 by 2 by 2 by 2.
We are. And here comes Monty's going to make a move. We thought about it there underneath Wiley King.
Tyler Mallon to the race lead.
How many times have we heard that before? I'm more surprised it took this far into the race for it to happen, quite honestly. But this has been a very, very fun race, like 6 or 7 different race leader or lap leaders. This has been a banger of a race so far. And we still got 35 laps left of it. Got simultaneous wall taps there from Rick Craddock and Joshua Clements. That's going to cost them both some time. Just like that, again, prior to about 10 laps ago, we really hadn't talked about Tyler or Dane in this entire race, and now they run 1-2 down the back.
Oh, you know, just
and we
casual.
got a wreck towards the back. It is Rick Craddock.
Oh, no. Ken Hansen also caught up in it. So 2 guys that have been up inside that top 5 throughout most of this race. The 9 with a flat. Oh, no.
22 took a big hit to the front end.
Happens here. I think he comes down. I don't know if maybe the 9 comes up. Maybe a little bit of both.
Definitely seems like a little bit of both. And yeah, again, a massive hit to the front end. And that might take Rick out of contention here, and might take Ken out of it as well.
And 32 laps to go. So kind of on the cusp of the fuel window.
It's gonna be close.
That's why you need a spotter, folks. Let's go on board with the 9. Yeah, a little close, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
And on board with the 92 at Joshua Clements, who is right behind this one with our Daniel Dye cam.
Could not have made a more accurate comparison tonight.
Everyone gonna take this opportunity to come down the pit lane, Dewey. Led, of course,
Indeed.
by the 18 of Tyler Mallon.
I don't think we're going to see 2 tires this time. I think this is going to be your very ordinary, normal, run-of-the-mill 4-tire and fuel stop. And Tyler Mallon wins the race off pit road. Dane second, Wiley King third. And a drag race there, a dead heat between Monty Keller and Clements for fourth.
We'll watch and wait and see if these pace car lights go off. It didn't, so we'll have another lap of caution here. Dewey, go back green with about 30 laps to go. I think that's still out of reach for fuel mileage to make it to the end. Maybe you see some guys try to stretch it, but I think we might see a couple guys maybe push it early on in this run and see if they can get a big enough lead to where they can come down, maybe take a splash, or if not, come down, take 4 tires, and see if the fall off is as great as we think it is.
Yeah, it definitely remains to be seen, but I think if anybody in this field is going to elect to stretch it, it's going to be someone that takes this restart from 5th on back. I don't think there's anybody toward front do it. I think all guys will probably end up coming down the road around the same time, but also from what we just saw, there's a lot of jostling for position, so for all we know, the guy that restarts can be leading this thing in 5 laps. So, a little hard to tell right now, but I do think, though, that if somebody stretches it, it's going to be someone further back. Trying to go for a Hail Mary to improve their finish spot.
At 100 pounds of wedge and it was still loose. Yeah. That's, boy. Dude, that's how you know you're on the edge control. Because the one thing I think a lot of these guys probably did is they probably got the spoiler dipped all the way down. To get as much straightaway speed as possible. We know how important that is. And sometimes you just can't add that. You can't add it back in mechanical grip. What you take away in aero grip.
Yeah.
Dewey's like, I don't know. You left me hanging, so I'm gonna leave you hanging. That's what Dewey said.
You know what? That's fair.
That's fair. Hey, and it is fair. Eye for an eye, right?
Yeah.
That's what we were taught. Coming back to green, Tyler Mallon with control. 30 laps to go here from Auto Club. Green flag, and we're back underway.
We'll see if we get the type of racing that we just saw again here off the restart. As Dane Stinson's going to waste no time trying to make a move here for the race lead.
As they battle for that lead with Stinson and Adidas Toyota taking over the top spot. Look who's back in the mix here at the front. Monty Keller in that 028 Dewey. Talked about the incidents earlier on in this race, but Monty has found himself back up with a chance to go home with a victory tonight.
Yes, he has. Started this race in 4th, ran up there early, but got caught up in the lap 4 incident, and then later on with Joshua Clements. And despite the damage from that, again, finding himself now up in this main group once again, and has now passed Wiley King for 3rd, so that 028 might be coming alive at just the right time.
How important and how much does that add to your confidence in the late laps, knowing that you're hitting your stride at the most important time of the race?
Oh, it increases your confidence tenfold, especially with what he went through already in this race, to know that, like, you can come back from pretty much anything and still, you know, make a difference in the race and compete for the win. So if he can keep it up there for the last 30 laps, that's got to be a massive momentum boost here for the next run of the season.
Apron.
Oh, no. Oh, what a save.
This is, okay, we're going to stop talking good about Monty. We're not going to say anything else.
That was a heck of a save, though. My gosh.
That was the JTN Jinx trying to come back. Monty, we're not going to talk about you anymore.
Yeah, the J stands for Jinx, actually.
Yeah, right. JoeTowNetwork.
Save of the night, though, right there.
That was
sure.
save of the night.
That was impressive. Golly. Silver Bullet up to 2nd and potentially the lead here now into turn 1. Yeah, actually, we're just not going to mention any more drivers by name for the rest of the night. We're just going to use the most basic, broad descriptors possible for every car. The number 95 Pontiac making the move here on the number 17 Toyota for 2nd. And he will make that pass.
Those Team Speedland cars, they have speed tonight. We saw Steve Grant up front early in this race. Had the unfortunate thing that knocked him out, but Stenzo has been quick as well, and Wiley King is kind of marching the flag forward here in the late stages of this race up inside the top 3.
Yeah, Stenzo's back up to 9th after slipping back to around 15th or so earlier, so the 51 also starting to find some of that speed back at the right time of the race. Wiley King definitely carrying the torch for Team Speedland right now, though, up in that 2nd spot.
Oh, am I not allowed to use the word flag?
Yeah, I think that's a felony or something, I don't know.
Soft.
Got some good battles towards the rear of the field. Brainfade and Stenzo going at it here. Eli and Pantelica. Clements and Ken Hansen. Couple good ones going here in brewing back here.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's what I say. That's my wine.
Had to borrow it real quick.
But you did a good job.
Yeah. Well, you saw what happened to the driver of the 028 that shall remain nameless earlier. Already back up to 4th, though, despite that.
Still has some pretty good speed.
Yeah. I would imagine the tires are probably more worn
Oh, they're
now,
probably screaming.
but a recovery up to 4th, though, at least for now, very impressive. As adversity has been the name of his race so far. But it's done a very solid job recovering from it and pushing through it here.
20 laps to go when we get to the line.
Closing time.
Closing time.
Here goes Wiley King making a move for the lead. I do wonder if these guys cannot stretch it all the way to the end, what lap they do end up coming down pit road. If they decide to kind of short pit and go about now, or they try to run, everybody tries to run it dry.
I would run it dry. Because what we've seen, we haven't had green flag pit stops yet tonight, do we?
Right.
If everyone's on the edge of control as the run goes on, you'd have to think you get a caution, everyone's going to pit, even if they run 3 laps, right? So I'd be running it dry. I would take the trends of the race and I'd say, well, we haven't had a green flag stop yet. What's to tell me that this will be the time that we run green to the end? And you know what? If someone decides to short pit and they beat me because of it, they beat me because of it. But I still feel like I made the right decision because I used the facts of the race to back up my decision. That's all we can
Real
do.
analytic guy, aren't you?
I am.
Moneyball, but at NASCAR now.
Yeah, I wish my baseball team wasn't trying to do Moneyball.
Well, they did alright this year.
Yeah, well,
Just a little bit.
need a lot of help.
True, but did you overpay for a pitcher with not a lot of experience?
Yeah, but look at our shortstop.
You know what? That's fair. Looks like Greg Stenzo has hit pit road in the 51, the first of our drivers to make their green flag stop.
He's kind of splitting this run in half. About 16 laps to go.
Interested to see how that will shake out for him. Because again, pitting awfully early compared to what we thought we would see from everybody else. Looks like Magoo has just wrapped up his pit stop in the 144, so the second driver come on in and make their last stop of the race.
We're in the freight train mode of this race right now.
Sure seems like it. 13 to go at the line this time.
Everyone's content right now with where they're running. They're not thrilled or happy, but they're content.
Looking in the chat, looks like I think Ken Hansen and Monty Keller are going to be coming in this time, so the 028 is going to be giving up fourth here. I believe Pantelica and Eli also are going to be coming on in. And looks like Wally King's going to give up the lead as well, so looks like 4 or 5 will be coming in this time. Looks like a split strategy call here as we see the race leader and fourth place pull off this time. And that will give the lead to Silver Bullet in the 4, who's already led a good chunk of laps in this race.
See some cars coming off pit lane there.
There's the 95 and the 028, so they're a lap down temporarily.
Yeah. I'm surprised they lost a whole lap, Dewey.
Now the draft is a big factor in this one. You're running on your own, you're going to lose a lot of time as Tyler Mallon will get by Silver Bullet here for the lead. As we're coming up on 10 to go here at California, and it looks like there was a bit of a bottleneck there between those top 3 out of the corner. Thought they're going to run over each other. Dane Stinson trying to go around the outside of Silver Bullet for the second spot. Nelly trying to follow the 17 through for third.
Do they have enough fuel, Dewey? I don't think they do.
I don't know.
There's no way they do.
I doubt it.
Do they have enough tire? That's the other question.
Looks like Mallon and Silver Bullet at the very least are going to be coming in this time.
Yeah, no one's gonna make it then.
Yeah, it definitely does not seem that way. We'll see if anybody else comes in with those two. Nobody else in the chat has said they'll be pitting yet, but I've seen a couple of them pit without saying it, so maybe we'll get a couple more. Looks like Nelly's going to come on in as well. Looks like we'll have 3 of them. Oh my.
I don't know if Nelly was speeding, but if he wasn't, that could
I
be
hope he wasn't.
That could be a race-winning move right there to get around the 18.
Heck of a risk to take there. We'll see if it pays off. Looks like Dane Stinson, Terry Scott, and Brainfade are going to be coming in this time. As you see the 17 leading at the moment, but we'll be giving the lead up here momentarily.
I'll give Joshua Clements the lead if the 92 stays out. Looks like he maybe is, maybe isn't. He does.
And here comes Terry along with him, and then here's the 49. So we're almost done.
Almost done. This is
Looks like the 4 leapfrogged the 18 again too.
This is like one of those. Oh, the 18 is very slow on pit road then.
Oh, Mallon spun the tires, come out of the pits, and went down into the infield grass.
Oh no.
He didn't hit anything, but it slowed him down considerably. So unless we get a caution, like right now, that just cost him the race. And here comes the 92. Gonna give up the lead here to... we'll see. when the scoring all sorts itself
Should
out
be
here.
Eli here.
Yeah, I think Eli and DJ Champ are the only two that have not come down pit road yet at this juncture.
Well, didn't, no, that wasn't this cycle. Maybe they're going to try to stretch it here, Dewey. I don't know. I don't think they can, but maybe they do.
I mean, for DJ Champ, it's worth a shot. I mean, obviously, he
For
was the
Eli,
pole sitter
for both
this
of
race.
them. I mean, take a
DJ
chance.
Champ's pitting now.
Okay, well, Eli's staying out.
Hey, worth a shot for Eli, though.
Lone trooper out there right now.
He's been running about 12th or so this whole race. I mean, I think for him, it's definitely worth, throwing caution to the wind and seeing if it can work out for him.
I think Monty Keller is going to cycle through with the lead.
He might, actually.
Yeah, gets by Joshua Clements, so it could be this
Wiley
battle.
King right behind him.
Could be this battle here, depending on what happens with the 114.
Yeah, looks like the 028, the 95, and potentially the 103 if he can get latched onto the draft.
There's Eli
It's
down the
going
pit
to be your
lane.
battle for the win.
So let's go now to the battle for the win here in Fontana. Monty Keller will cycle through with the race lead.
Have any of these three won this year? Because I'm honestly not sure if any of these top three have scored a win yet this season, so potentially a massive momentum boost if any of these three can get the job done. As Eli is on pit road right now, so now Monty Keller will assume the race lead with 4 laps to go, and he's got the 95 hot on his tail.
Is your heart beating fast yet, Dewey?
I'm sure Monty's is. I'm almost so hesitant to say anybody's name right now because
Yeah, we're just watching, folks. We'll
at
start.
this point another jinx would be absolutely tragic.
We will start screaming if something crazy happens, but we do not want to say any names, as we are not jinxing any of these three right now.
Definitely don't want to do that. Surprised the 92 lost that much time on his stop. He's gonna get lapped here. Not really sure how that happened, but 2 to go here regardless. Monty Keller, Wiley King, and Nelly. Your top 3 here, the only 3 cars in contention, as it's another 3 seconds back to 4th place Terry Scott. So the battle is up here. The 95's got to run down the back. Monty tries to block but can't do it. And here into turn 3, the Speedland machine of Wiley King trying to steal the win away from Monty Keller. The 028 goes way up the hill trying to drive it in
He's
deep.
pedaling it.
And that's going to allow Nelly, and he's into the wall this time, Joe. White flag at California. Can Wiley King hold on?
The Death Craver 1 to go. Check out the novel by Zach Rogers, now available on Amazon. Death Craver 1 to go as Wiley King has the race lead, but Nelly's got a little fresher tires with a big dive to the inside into turns 1 and 2.
Nelly is there, and he made it stick. He's going to have a shot out of here into turn 3 as Monty gets the wall again, seeing his win unfortunately start to slip away from him here. And now down into 3 for the final time tonight. Nelly's trying to send it in, but it's not going to be enough. And out of turn 4, it is going to be Wiley King and the 095 stealing it away here at California.
Nelly comes home in second.
What a win for him.
Monty Keller third. Terry Scott and Silver Bullet.
What a top 5.
Your top 5 here.
Dane Stinson, Brain Fade, Ken Hansen, Pentelica, and Tyler Mallon round out your top 10. And that is that's a great run for everybody in this top 5. I mean, Monty was probably disappointed that he lost the win that close to the end, but with all that he had happened to him tonight, that is still a fantastic finish for him and that team. And Tower is going to give the 095 a celebratory bump there. And Wiley King is going to burn it down here after taking home the win.
Folks, we'll move on to our post-race coverage, get results on your screens here in mere moments, and talk with our top 3 tonight. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get those results for you. Here we go. And start by dialing up our second place finisher. He's the driver of the number 103, BSR Nelly. Buddy, you got a copy?
Yes. Yeah, I got you.
Well, second place run. Felt like you had a good run off of turns 1 and 2 there on the white flag lap, but I don't know. Could you just not get it to stick enough in 3 and 4?
Nope, I couldn't.
How crazy was this race tonight? Because we saw something at the end, a long green flag run that we didn't see in the first 2/3.
Yeah, that was fun. Oh,
Sound a little tired.
a little bit. I gave it everything I had in the last 10 laps.
How you come out there with a little bit of deficit there, the 095 and the 028. How do you kind of manage the tires in that situation? Is it just okay, I only have 10 laps, I gotta push
as hard as I can.
Okay, fair enough. So there's no saving in that moment.
No.
Okay.
Well, I had to catch them.
Right. Oh, you just got all the answers, don't you?
Yeah, right.
How much fun was it kind of being up there in the fray throughout this race? Because it felt like you were that guy that was, you had those guys that were really pushing the issue early on in the run, and then they'd fall back, and then you'd have the guys maybe behind you that were saving a little bit more than you. How good does it feel to kind of be that guy that's right there in the middle where you kind of get the best of both worlds and then get you this good finish tonight?
Feels pretty good. I had to take it easy the first half of the fuel run. I couldn't go down low or pass somebody low. I had to pass them on the outside.
Well, we saw consistently you were the one guy that could make those passes on the outside. Do you feel that was the same case, that no one else kind of had what you had in that second or third groove?
Yeah, I tried to pass Ken that one time, and that's when I brushed the wall. Got a little bit of damage. That might have had a little something to do with it, too, not catching Wiley.
Well, Nelly, still a great run. Second place finish for you in this 103 bunch. Congratulations on it. Before we let you go, I want to give the opportunity. You got some great partners, some great folks behind you. The floor is yours. You know what to do, buddy.
I want to thank Brian and Kathy, first off. Thank Magoo. Thank you guys. Thank all the other drivers. Thank everybody that's out there watching. And thank my sponsor, the Medicine Chest.
And Nelly, thank you for taking some time to talk with us here after this race. Congratulations on the finish here tonight. As always, a pleasure getting the opportunity to talk with you. Hope we're talking with you again next week after Talladega. And if we aren't, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, buddy.
Oh, you too. Thank you, Joe.
BSR Nelly, driver of the 103, your second place finisher here tonight from Fontana. Let's go ahead and next talk with our third place finisher. He's the driver of the number 028, BSR Monty Keller. Monty, you got a copy?
Yeah. How about that, huh?
I was going to say, I think, 8 laps into the race, everyone's spinning off of turn 2, and then at one point you blinked out and then reappear with the 92, and you're spinning towards the pit wall, and then you rally to a podium finish. How's that feel?
No, that feels good. Always feels good. Third's better than what I've been doing.
What does this do for the confidence for you in this 028 bunch?
There's all the confidence now. I've been running good in the trucks and the Xfinity too, so Just waiting for it to come through here. It came through tonight.
Do you think that the good results are just, it's momentum now starting to build up, or do you think you and this bunch have kind of hit on something in the last month or so?
This is always good racing here. I'm just trying to be patient, not blink out into somebody.
What goes through your mind when that's happening? Because I know for me, it was always like you're balancing like, okay, I know everyone can't see me, but also I don't want to lose too much time to these guys because you have a super fast car. What goes through your mind when that happens?
I can't say it. Oh, crap.
Well, I appreciate you keeping it PG for us. We saw there in that final pit cycle.
I thought I had it, but I just got too tight. They had a draft, so I tried to block him, but premature block, I guess. I got tight.
And at that point, it's just a tire difference, and you kind of can't do anything, right?
Yeah, not much. Hit the wall. I didn't want to hit the wall, so go by me.
Hey,
good win to Wiley.
No one can question that if you were doing everything you could to try to take that win, because you're pushing it to the end, Monty. Congratulations on the third place run. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. Great partners on the car, great folks behind you. The floor is yours. You know what to do, buddy.
I just think fish window cleaning that was on the car, Chevrolet, everybody here at BSR, Brian and Kathy Boyle, just everybody. Thank you guys for putting us on.
Monty, thank you for taking some time to talk with us after this one. Congratulations on the podium, the strong run. Keep them coming. Hope we're talking with you again next week after Talladega. And if we aren't, want to wish you, your family, everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And yeah, again, hope we're talking with you again soon, buddy.
Yeah, thank you too. Have a happy Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank you, thank you. BSR Monty Keller, driver of the 028, your third place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and head on down into Victory Lane and talk with the driver of the number 95, our Wiley King. Wiley, you got a copy?
10-4, I got you. So this is what the broadcast room looks like.
As I was going to say, I mean, you did it in style with the victory tonight at Fontana. How's that feel?
I don't really know what to say, man. Really, I've been with these guys for 3 seasons. Finally picked up a win. First, I got to thank TeamSpeedland.com. Of course, team captain Steve, he wouldn't be able to make it. He didn't make it tonight. But yeah, it was good. It was a good run. I can't believe it.
How we've kind of seen you and these Speedland guys have a lot of speed here as of late. Talked about the second half of last year. It felt like you were knocking on the door of that win, and now to get it early on in this season, to kind of couple with the speed of everyone. It felt, Stenzo had a good run going. Steve had some speed at the start of the race before the incident. What does this do for the confidence? Obviously, I can hear the elation in your voice to finally break through and get that win, but what does that do to the confidence now knowing, okay, I've broken through, I've gotten that first win? Is it immediately, when do I get the second one, or do you take some time to maybe sit back and enjoy this and build that confidence?
It hasn't set in yet, really, to be honest with you. Like I said, I mean, this is so tough to win here, man. I ain't kidding around. It is tough. Our team celebrated 25th anniversary last year, so we're in our 26th year, and these are some of the toughest cats we've ever raced against.
What do you think makes it so tough?
It's a lot more youth in this league that I've seen, and a lot more guys can spend a little bit more time on it. Us old folks, we only get an hour or so a week,
We got these things called jobs. I don't know. I'm kidding. I kid to all those guys out there. I don't want to, but we got these things. Wiley, I mean, you get the win here tonight. What does this do then for the outlook for the rest of the year? Is it now I want to keep piling them up? Is it I want to continue to finish up here on the podium? I mean, you made the joke about being up here in the booth, but I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing you up here more. You drive a Pontiac. That's cool.
Yeah, I'd like to be up here a little bit more. Like I said, it hasn't really set in yet, but of course, any kind of win is going to give you some confidence. You know what I mean? But so yeah, it was good. Good day for the team, and great. I won.
There we go. We saw. I mean, green flag cycle there at the end. You do an excellent job of getting through that. And then the battle there with Monty, he talked about trying to throw a block there, maybe threw it a little too early or maybe even a little too late. What's going through your mind when you're kind of trying to run him down there, knowing that time is ticking and knowing that that's your chance? You're going to maybe have one or two swipes at getting by him before you burn your tires up.
You just got to focus and breathe and make sure you hit your marks, and just no matter what he's doing, your line's the best. So just stick with it, stay on it, and eventually you should get him. And it happened to happen, so it was good. Hit
your lines and got him. You did, Wiley. Congratulations on the win here tonight. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. I know you already shouted out those Team Speedland guys. Do it again here. And anyone else you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, definitely. TeamSpeedland.com and all the members, and BSR for putting on a good show, and you for doing a good broadcast. It's fun, man. I like it. I like this league.
Wiley, we like getting the opportunity to talk with you. Hope we're talking with you again soon, man. Maybe next week after Talladega. Congratulations on the big breakthrough in here tonight in Fontana. And if we don't get the chance to talk with you before, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and yeah, buddy, hope we're talking with you again soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe.
BSR, or Wiley King, driver of the number 95, your race winner here tonight. Dewey, that's going to wrap up our coverage here from Fontana. First-time winner. Boy, howdy, that was a fun old race, wasn't it?
Boy, was it. I mean, I think, and I don't know if an upset winner is the right term, but definitely I think an unexpected winner from how the start of this race went, but definitely a deserving winner.
Yes.
Of course, as it's been a long time coming for Wiley King here in the Bomb Squad Cup Series, and to finally see him get one here tonight is very, very cool. And again, like I said at the end of the race, everybody in this top 5 should pat themselves on the back for one heck of a run, because everybody up there put in their best and overcame a lot to get the finish that they did.
A great race here tonight, capped off with a first-time winner. Folks, if you want to get in on the action, head to bombsquadracing.net to find out more. You can also check out their Facebook page to stay up to date with everything BSR. As always, a big thank you has to go out to Brian and Kathy Voiles Trucking, for their sponsorship of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series being live here, limited this season on JTN. Big thank you as well also goes out to the entire clubhouse here. Magoo and his admin team do a stellar job, fantastic job of not only running these races, adminning, telling everyone where to be and what to do, but also making sure to build this sense of community that is truly unique to the Bomb Squad Racing League. It's a great group of guys, and we hope you tune in next week as we head to Talladega for another fun race down there in Alabama. Folks, with all that being said, though, for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for my colleague Dewey Schramm, I've been Joe Townetwork. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks.
3 wide for second, but Sean Whitehill is going to bring it home and win the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Ricky J closing up, off turn 4. He's going to have a run to the inside. He blocks into the grass. Checkers out. Hardy wins it.
Ricky, what's going on in your brain right now?
Yeah, putting on 4 big rubber shoes and 2 gallons of, not 2 gallons, 2 cans of exploding dino juice here, Joe.
Down to the tunnel turn, these guys are throwing it through there and around to the back,
no.
The wall, as well as RJ Bishop down in front of Keith Hughes. Oh no, big RJ Bishop.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Ricky
big
J,
wreck.
big crash into the wall.
Oh,
The leaders
no.
have wrecked. Ricky J is upside down. Magoo is hard in the wall. Tyler Mallon escapes with no damage. Everybody else in this main group, including Nelly, is junk.
Through the north chute they'll go. The 24's into the wall. Almost contact there. The 10 with the shallow entry into turn 4. It's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway. Folks, the 24's in the wall. They make contact. Turn around. Napick goes on through the flip. Rich Napick's going to win the Culver Bluff 200 in thrilling fashion.